We have a power-packed show for you, but guess what? Let's begin with news around the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway again. Our reporter, Willie Bong, somewhere around 12 a.m., had put up a statement that giving us updates that, you know what, outbound Lagos, there's this traffic on the car axis. So that's what you're looking at right now. Up till now, everywhere is blocked. We understand our colleague Jeffrey is with us virtually. Jeff?
Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Bukola. I just have to keep I'm in the car. Permit me. Good morning, Nigerians. I've been James Bonding around Nigeria and Lagos today. Literally, I've been everywhere. Let me see what I can see. Let's just talk to you guys. So this is me. I'm heading. I had to go from the Magoda area, head into the express, like I'm going to the Third Mainland Bridge. Got into Alausa to pass through Ojodu to come to Bega. So this is the situation I found myself. This is me from Ojodu, like you're coming from Ogba towards Bega, heading to, coming from Ogba towards Bega, trying to navigate my way back into the express. It's literally a lockdown, no movement, literally. If there's a word bigger than gridlock, this is it. So guys, wow. Maybe I have to do the show through this, but don't worry, I will not be driving and talking so much. I'm only talking because, as I said, it's a gridlock, literally. So we're not moving that much, just baby steps. So I'm just, let's say, 200 to 300 meters away from Bega bus stop itself. So when I get to Bega, I will now know what lies ahead of me. But I saw on the other part that people were using one way, whether that's the official way now, we do not know. But if you're outbound, going out of Lagos, as we call it, trust me, you may have to chill wherever you are until this waits up, because right now it's a total, literal lockdown. As you said, we hear there was an accident. I haven't been there, so I don't know yet. So let me see what I can. Let me see that I can zoom. Okay, this is not zooming as much as I want. So if you look way ahead, I wish this can zoom as much as I want. Way ahead is Bega, just 200 to 300 meters away from me. But ahead of we're not very sure. So I'll keep navigating, James Bonding around there and see how this plays out eventually, guys.
Well, let's hope that your James Bond stunts will prove, to be productive this morning. But Jeffrey, we already got a heads up earlier in the day that something had happened. And by the time I arrived the conflict point where you turn, from outbound Lagos into the other side, as though you were headed, out of Lagos to get into our own area, I could already see vehicles brazenly crossing and, passing one way, as we say, driving against traffic. Have you been able to identify what is responsible for the traffic? Have you heard anything from co-commuters who are also stuck in the gridlock?
Well, I haven't been able to discuss with everybody. Everybody has been trying to navigate one way. I wouldn't be surprised if people are using one way, because that looks like the only option right now if you're headed out of Lagos. And perhaps it's one of the things that the traffic officials. So what I'm telling you is that from where I am, I haven't been able to see what has caused this traffic. All I rely on is what I've been told. But we're all victims of whatever it is that has caused this traffic. If you can hear, I don't know whether you're hearing that sound. I have to use my Google map to help me understand how long it will take me from where I am to go into the office. This is not supposed to be it's not supposed to last more than 10-15 minutes, but I may be there maybe in another hour or so. So I haven't been able to speak to any. I'm not sure any of us is aware of what has really caused this. But if you're seeing, let me turn this again so you can see on the other part of the road, traffic is moving. So you can see coming from Bega into Ogba, traffic is moving, and going to Bega is a gridlock. So that is the situation of things right now. Traffic using one way may actually be the only alternative, even though it's a violation of traffic. But the officials themselves may have to understand in the morning like this Friday, a lot of people are traveling out of Lagos whose families are not here maybe going to visit their families on a Friday ahead of the weekend. So that's where we found ourselves.
Jeffrey, you're spot on there when you talk about the fact that there's a lot of movement, particularly on Fridays in this part of Nigeria. People leaving Lagos for the weekend, people work in neighboring Ogun State, some in Ibadan, and all of that, and they have to go for the weekend. What we're hearing, news just in, is that there have been actually 2 accidents, and we have images of those accidents that played out early hours of today, somewhere around 12 a.m. we hear there are 2 accidents on the Kara Bridge. Yes, on the Kara Bridge, that's what we've been told, on the Kara Bridge, and then somewhere around where you're just about to hit the Long Bridge as well. So you can imagine that within a stretch of just a few minutes away or even seconds away, 2 accidents happened on that stretch, and so those are the images you're looking at the moment. The Federal Road Safety Corps has put out a statement, and I'm trying to see if we can just read that statement here. The Federal Road Safety Corps, the FRC Lagos Sector Command, is wishing to inform the public that its rescue teams are currently managing the aftermath of multiple road traffic crashes that's occurred at the Kara Bridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in the early hours of today, Friday, 24th July. We hear the first crash, according to the FRC, occurred about 12:05 a.m. on the outbound carriageway towards Ibadan, involving 5 articulated trucks and 1 Toyota Sienna vehicle. And so it goes on and on. We hear that a total of 7 adult males were involved in the crash. We hear that 1 person has sadly lost his life, while another sustained injury. So that's the latest updates from the FRC, the Lagos State Command. And this perhaps puts a question mark to the Ogun State sector. This stretch is in Ogun State, and it's always the height of irresponsibility from the Ogun State government, because they're always very slow to react to events and accidents like this on this stretch, on the Ogun axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. So we're calling out the Ogun State government and the traffic management agencies, TRACE and all of that, to run. This accident happened around 12 a.m. This morning, the first accidents, and it's been about 7 hours after. We're yet to see the presence of traffic management agencies from the Ogun State government. So we need to do better, Ogun State, in reacting and responding to issues like this. Remember the Joshua Anthony incident when he visited Nigeria with some of his friends who were only in Nigeria for the first time, and what played out, and the response of emergency response of the emergency workers and all of that. So we need to do better in the state.
And you know, Kelly, just a few days ago we were talking about the concern of the Kara portion, that expansion joint,
yeah.
Just as you approach Kara, how it has begun to become dilapidated again, just about a week or 2 after we drew attention to it, when an accident happened.
Not
live television.
A week or 2.
Yeah.
Matter of days. What I believe was used as a tentative measure was perhaps just cement and sand, and we emphasize that it's been raining, and that expressway is one of the busiest in this part of the continent. The heavy duty trucks, what we're even hearing is that perhaps one of the trucks was maybe either carrying rice or something. The one Jeff reported the other day was carrying fertilizer or something. This one was carrying rice or something. So apart from the fact that these are heavy duty trucks, they are also carrying heavy products, and you trust Nigeria. You know how we know how to overload. So if, for instance, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
And again, this accident happens again at Kara Bridge today. And so we call on security agencies, and not just security agencies, road maintenance agencies, the Federal Ministry of Works, to draw attention and resources to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, all of those expansion joints, the Kara portion of the bridge, to be precise, such that repair work, an enduring repair work, can be done. Imagine the man hours lost every time that there's an accident on this international route that we've so often highlighted. Not just man hours lost, of course, directly related to that is revenue that will be lost as a result of gridlock delay, and which is happening as we speak. Many who are, planning to travel outside Lagos or further inside Lagos today for whatever business or to visit families, it's a weekend for crying out loud, will be unable to do so, as they will have to now delay their journey much later on. So we hope that we can report better development on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway sooner rather than later.